All right, let's turn our focus here now. Tropical Cyclone Freddy, which has been sweeping across the Indian Ocean for several days, has killed 7 people as it passes through Madagascar and has weakened considerably as it makes landfall in Mozambique on Friday as a moderate tropical storm. Now, let's get an update from Madagascar. We're now joined via Zoom by Malagasy Red Cross Society Secretary General Andoniaina Ratsimamanga. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon, ma'am. Now, of course, we know that the cyclone has weakened considerably, but talk to us about just the damage that this cyclone has caused, particularly in some of the regions in Madagascar.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Regarding the damage that Freddy left in Madagascar, now as far as the data of yesterday, we have now, as part of a death toll, 7 persons dead, around 85,000 people affected by the tropical storm in 7 regions. To note that the most affected region was the same region that has already been affected by the cyclone in 2023. In terms of infrastructure damage, we have around 3,000 shelters flooded and 12,000 damaged houses, fully destroyed houses. That's the situation as far as of yesterday's data.
Now, we obviously know that this cyclone, was the strongest to hit Madagascar since February of 2022. And I mean, the kind of damage that you are describing now, it's just unimaginable, particularly when you talk about 3,000 shelters that have also been flooded. Talk to me about how the citizens are currently being helped by organizations such as yourselves, but also, by government.
Yes, this data, the best thing is that we were well prepared this year. Even this cyclone was a tropical cyclone, but compared to the last damage in 2022, it's quite low. But in terms of, since the situation economically is very low, so it can be considered as a high damage. In terms of how the citizens feel around these shelters damages, because it's really due to the quality used to build the house. That's why it's really vulnerable to the wind and vulnerable to the rain, especially those who are located near the sea.
Now, you say you were well prepared for this storm. I mean, that kind of gives us a very good indication in terms of how strong it actually was. The cyclone, we are told, is now moving to Mozambique and some parts of South Africa, but we're told that it will be as a depression. How effective is, the monitoring as well as, just the surveillance in terms of issuing out warnings? How important is that for organizations like yourselves to be ready? Because here in South Africa, we're being told as South Africans to be careful, to expect a very, very turbulent weather.
Yes, our early warning system, our weather system has really did a good job because they provide us a good information regarding the situation. I said that we were quite well prepared because we were warned 1 week before the landfall of a cyclone. Despite it has been categorized as intense tropical cyclone, but when it makes landfalls, the severity has decreased on cyclone tropical category. So we were informed time to time regarding the severity of a cyclone. So to the population, we send as much as possible the early warning system with the action to be done within the population as part of preparedness. So the information not only from Weather Madagascar office, but also from France Weather office, we were very informed regarding the situation, enabling us to make preparedness and awareness through the population. As indicated, the figures compared to the last 2022 cyclone, which is categorized also as tropical cyclone, the figures is less than last year. That's why I told we were quite well prepared, and the damage, if we take into account the position of Madagascar, which is an island, even if you see the figure 3,000, for example, 3,000 shelter damaged. But last year we have double or triple this figure in terms of damage to shelter, for example, and in terms of deaf people also, and in terms of affected people, and also in terms of affected region.
Just to talk about the current situation now, what is the process that you are undertaking now in terms of recovery operations? I mean, you mentioned 85,000 people affected, 12,000 homes destroyed. I would imagine schools have also been affected. What is the current situation in the country now in terms of recovery operations?
Yes, currently reconstruction and rehabilitation has already been started once Freddy has left the country to continue its trajectory to Mozambique. And also, we have already, as part of the action of Malagasy Red Cross, we have already prepositioned some shelter kit, wash kit in the area which is the most affected, in which the cyclone has made landfall. So immediately after after the cyclone, we have undertaken some distribution in the area, and also rehabilitation of school and health center is starting also now, because if during the last 2 days we closed the school to serve as a site evacuation, now we are in a process to open next week the school, because the affected people has already received some assistance, and also we have found some area that could place to continue the recovery of these affected people, because at the same time also we cannot disrupt the school in the area. So rehabilitation is starting. We are starting also to undertake cash distribution in the area affected.
Ma'am, thank you so much for your time, and of course that update. That is, of course, Malagasy Red Cross Society Secretary General Ratsimamanga, and of course she's giving us an update coming to us via our telephone line.